Welcome back to the Board Business Channel, everybody. Get ready for some serious solar power talk. We're diving into Rice Ear, a Taiwanese company with a name as cool as their tech.
I know, right? Rice Ear. How awesome is that? And it's not just a catchy name. There's a really heartwarming story behind it.
Okay, spill the beans. What's the story?
Well, the founder, Titus Chang, is a deeply religious guy. The name Rice Ear comes from this old biblical tradition where farmers would leave a portion of their harvest, like literally some ears of rice still standing for anyone who needed it. It's about taking care of each other, you know?
Wow, that's amazing. Talk about walking the walk.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of walking the walk, Rice Ear's tech is all about giving new life to old solar panels, which, let's face it, is something we definitely need more of these days.
You got it. And you wouldn't believe how much energy we're losing because of dirty solar panels. It's a huge problem, especially as those panels get older and less efficient.
Seriously. How bad is it?
We're talking about a potential 30% drop in efficiency. That's like throwing away a third of your energy just because your panels are dusty. Traditional cleaning is a pain, expensive, sometimes dangerous for the workers. Not ideal at all.
Oof, that's rough. So what's Rice Ear doing about it?
They've created this super cool coating that basically solves the dirt problem, and it actually makes the panels even better than before.
Wait, hold up. It cleans A&D, makes the panels more powerful. Tell me more.
Okay, so picture this. The coating has two superpowers. First, it's like a dust shield, and on top of that, it's super water-loving. We're talking attracts water like crazy kind of love.
Okay, so the dust bounces right off and then...
And then any rain or even dew that hits the panels just washes the remaining dirt right away. Super simple, super effective.
Genius. But you said it makes the panels better too. How does that work?
I get this. The coating also has this anti-reflective thing going on, so more sunlight actually gets absorbed by the panel, which means, you guessed it, more energy. We're talking a boost of 5 to 9%.
Hold on. 5 to 9% more power. Just from this coating. That's huge.
Absolutely. Think about a big solar farm. That kind of efficiency boost translates to a ton of extra energy, and obviously a lot more money.
Okay, I'm sold. So how much money are we talking about here? Give me some juicy details.
Let's say you've got a 1 MW solar panel installation. Pretty standard stuff. With this coating, you could be looking at an extra $450,000 in profit over the coating's lifetime, which is about 10 years. And the best part, it pays for itself in less than 2 years.
Whoa, that's a crazy good return on investment. So we've got self-cleaning, more power, fast payback. Seriously, what's the catch?
I haven't found one yet. The science behind it is mind-blowing. Rice Ear basically took their expertise in material science and gave it a turbo boost with AI to develop this.
They even have this fancy AIoT monitoring system, right? It's like they're keeping an eye on those panels 24/7.
You know it. Real-time performance tracking, remote monitoring. It's the future of solar maintenance. Speaking of the future, you know who else is excited about this tech? Steve from the Arizona, Taiwan office.
No way. Steve's a tough cookie to impress. What did he have to say?
Well, he basically gave Rice Ear a huge thumbs up. He sees massive potential for this technology in Arizona, and he's invited Titus and his team to join their solar party out there.
Hold on, I need to catch my breath. Arizona. That's like the solar capital of the U.S., right? Tons of space.
Exactly. And they're super serious about renewable energy. It's the perfect place for Rice Ear to launch their U.S. takeover.
This is getting good, but Arizona is a whole different ballgame compared to Taiwan. Do you think Rice Ear is ready for this?
Oh, they're more than ready. They've had to get super creative back in Taiwan because there's just not that much space. Think rooftop solar, even solar farms floating on reservoirs. They're used to adapting their tech to all sorts of crazy environments.
So they're not just brilliant scientists, they're also masters of adaptation.
Exactly. They've got the skills, the experience, and now with Steve's backing, they've got the connections to really make it big in the U.S. This is going to be epic.
I'm already hooked. This is way more exciting than I thought solar panels could be.
Right. I told you. All right, let's take a quick break to let all this awesomeness sink in. When we get back, we'll dig deeper into Rice Ear's U.S. adventure and what it means for the future of solar energy. Don't go anywhere.
We're back and ready for more solar shenanigans.
Ah.
Before the break, we were talking about Rice Ear's big move to Arizona. But what makes Arizona such a solar hotspot anyway?
Well, for starters, they've got sunshine galore. Like 300 sunny days a year, kind of galore. Plus, they have all that wide open space, perfect for those massive solar farms.
A whole different scene compared to Taiwan, where they're practically building solar panels on rooftops and in swimming pools.
Exactly. It's like comparing a tiny urban garden to a giant sprawling farm. But you know what? That experience in Taiwan actually gives Rice Ear a secret weapon.
A secret weapon. Ooh, I like where this is going. Tell me more.
They've had to be super resourceful and adapt their tech to all sorts of tricky situations back home. Think mountains, coastlines, even those floating solar farms we talked about. They're not just sunshine specialists, they're solar ninjas.
Solar ninjas. I love it. That kind of adaptability is going to be huge in the U.S., where every state is like its own little solar universe.
You're telling me. And let's not forget, the U.S. is going through this massive clean energy awakening right now. Everyone's talking about solar, wind, all that good stuff. It's like a green gold rush.
And I've heard whispers about bringing solar panel manufacturing back to the U.S., too.
That's right. There's a real push to break free from relying on other countries, especially when it comes to something as important as clean energy. And that's where Rice Ear swoops in with their genius tech.
It's like they're giving those old solar panels a superhero makeover. Longer life, more power. It's win-win for everyone, especially Mother Earth.
You got it. It's all about squeezing every last drop of energy out of those panels, reducing waste, and making sure our planet doesn't turn into a giant toaster oven.
Speaking of making a difference, we talked about Titus and his whole giving back philosophy. Do you think that plays a role in their commitment to sustainability?
You know? I think it does. It's like that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. But in this case, it's with great solar power comes great environmental responsibility.
Catchy. And it makes sense. They're not just chasing profits. They're genuinely trying to make things better for everyone.
And consumers are getting wise to that, too. They want to support companies that care about the planet, not just the bottom line.
So Rice Ear's good vibes are basically good for business.
I like it. It's a win-win-win situation.
Yeah.
Now, before we get too carried away with all the sunshine and rainbows, let's talk about the flip side.
Ooh, the flip side.
Yeah.
There's got to be some challenges, right? Breaking into a new market is never a walk in the park.
True that. The U.S. market is a beast. It's huge. It's diverse. And every state has its own set of rules and quirks. It's like trying to herd a bunch of solar-powered cats.
Solar-powered cats. I can picture it now. So what's Rice Ear's strategy for taming these wild solar cats?
Well, step one is finding the right partners, those local heroes who know the lay of the land and can help them navigate the chaos.
Makes sense. It's like having a solar Sherpa to guide them through the U.S. solar mountains. But even with the Sherpa, they still need to convince people to trust them, right?
Absolutely. They're the new kids on the block, so they need to prove they've got the goods. Think pilot projects, success stories, maybe even some solar celebrity endorsements.
Ooh, I'd love to see a solar celebrity endorsement. Imagine Elon Musk tweeting about Rice Ear.
That would be epic. But even without Elon's blessing, they've got a solid track record and some seriously impressive technology. They just need to showcase it.
Okay, so we've got partnerships, proof of awesomeness. But what about the competition? The U.S. solar scene is pretty crowded already.
You're not wrong. There are already companies doing the whole panel cleaning thing. So Rice Ear needs to stand out from the crowd. They need to shout from the rooftops, hey, we're not just cleaning, we're supercharging.
They need to show that their tech isn't just different. It's like Solar 2.0.
Exactly. And they've got a secret weapon up their sleeve. Their obsession with data and AI. They can prove with cold, hard numbers that their coding saves money, boosts performance, and makes those panels last longer than a TikTok trend.
Data AI and a dash of TikTok magic. Sounds like a winning formula to me.
Right. They've got the brains, the tech, and now the opportunity to make a real splash in the U.S. It's going to be fascinating to see how this all plays out.
This is getting me seriously hyped about solar. I'm almost ready to install some panels on my roof right now.
Hold that thought. We've got one more segment coming up where we'll zoom out and look at the bigger picture of clean tech and what all this means for the future of energy. Don't bet it.
All right, we're back, and my brain is buzzing with all this solar talk. So we've covered Rice Ear's awesome tech, their U.S. adventure, the challenges, the excitement. But what does this all mean for the future of solar energy?
You know what's really cool is that Rice Ear isn't just some random success story. They're part of this much bigger trend that's happening right now.
Ooh, a trend. I love trends. Give me the scoop.
The trend is that clean tech is finally becoming, well, smart business. It's not just about doing the right thing for the planet anymore. It's about making money while you're at it.
So it's like being good and doing well at the same time. I can definitely get behind that.
Exactly. And investors are catching on big time. They're pouring money into all sorts of cool, clean technologies, solar wind energy storage, even ways to make trash useful again.
It's like the whole world is waking up and realizing that, hey, maybe trashing the planet isn't the best long-term business plan.
You said it. And governments are getting in on the action too. They're setting goals, offering incentives, basically making it easier and more profitable to go green.
So we've got businesses seeing dollar signs, governments pushing for change. Sounds like a recipe for a clean energy revolution.
It really does, and it's not just happening in rich countries either. Developing countries are jumping on board too. They're realizing that clean energy can be a fast track to economic growth and a healthier future.
So we're talking about a global shift, a worldwide clean energy wave.
Pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
Totally. We're at this incredible turning point in history, and companies like Rice Ear are leading the charge.
It's inspiring to see that even a small company with a cool name and a big heart can make such a huge difference.
It really shows you that innovation can come from anywhere, and that anyone can be part of this clean energy movement.
So for all our listeners out there who are feeling fired up about this, what's the biggest takeaway from our Rice Ear deep dive?
I'd say the biggest takeaway is that the future of clean energy is looking bright, and it's happening now. We're not waiting for some magical future tech to save us. We're building it right now.
And it's not just about governments and big corporations making changes. It's about all of us doing our part too.
You got it. Every little bit counts. Whether it's choosing renewable energy supporting sustainable businesses, or just spreading the word about awesome companies like Rice Ear.
So let's all channel our inner solar ninja and get to work.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And on that note, it's time to wrap up this electrifying episode of the Board Business Channel.
Huge thanks to everyone for joining us on this solar-powered journey. We hope you learned a ton and maybe even got a little inspired along the way.
We had a blast exploring this incredible technology and sharing it with you.
And don't forget, if you love this episode, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future deep dives into the world of amazing businesses.
Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay energized.
Thanks for listening to the Board Business Channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.